Hello guys, and welcome back to another cold episode. On today's episode, I wanted to just recap what I got from the KC Cup and how I felt that it went. As you can see, the KC Cup is over. I got 5,244th rank globally, and I got in the top 100, or top 500, I believe, within the, top 500 within North America. So I felt like I did pretty good. Top 1 global was a North American, so props to Tadashi. Pretty cool to see what all of these people are running. But yeah, so that's what I got. If you can check out the details here, I had an over 50% win rate, which is all that I really cared about. This is the first KC Cup that I really participated in, and I had an over 50% win rate, so I felt good. Obviously, I'm not the best duelist, and I was playing what is considered a tier 1 deck, or what was considered a tier 1 deck at the time. Now it's definitely a tier 2. Invoked Element Sabers is absolutely insane, and really good right now, but I was playing a lot of Dark Lords, as well as I played the untiered, or the removed from the tier list Fortune Lady deck, and that was also super fun. But I had over 200 duels, and I mean, I really enjoyed it, but I wish that I had played a little bit better. So, yeah, there's that. Then we can go, hold on. I want to just show you something real quick. If we go into Ranked Duels and Ranked Duels Popular Card Ranking, I want to show you this. Kiteroid, the newest card, is number 1 in Monsters. Before Alistair, before Lava Golem, before any of that, is Kiteroid. Just let that sink in. That's all. Carry on. I wanted to show you the decks that I ended up using. So, the first deck was this one. I used it was a Dark Lord deck, first of all, and I used Destiny Hero Plasma, and Double Cosmic Cyclone as my tech cards, as well as I ran an Amdusk to grab the Desire. Now, this is what I used, but it wasn't the best. Destiny Hero Plasma tended to just end up being a brick most of the time, because I never really faced that many Cocytus, right? That wasn't really ever an issue. So Plasma having to tribute 3 monsters to summon it, to negate things like Cocytus and Purgatrio and stuff like that, didn't really end up mattering. It mattered a little bit in duels against Blackwings, but Blackwings weren't nearly as prevalent as I thought they would be. Invoker was absolutely everywhere, and the top Dark Lord deck that was played, the best Dark Lord deck, ended up running this, which immediately looks a lot better. That's not what I ran. I ran Plasma, Double Cosmic Cyclone. I just ran 1 Desire and 1 Superbia, as well as I ran an Amdusk. And, oddly enough, the top placing Dark Lord deck also ran Destiny Draw. So, since the Kaiba Court Bling is getting nerfed, and it is now going to be a once per duel skill, most people will probably be playing Destiny Draw with their Dark Lords. So, that's what I use. It's pretty good. I enjoy playing Dark Lords. I really enjoy the archetype of Dark Lords, sending things to the grave, summoning from the grave, using your life points as a resource. I think it's really cool, and so I really enjoyed playing Dark Lords, and I'm really happy that I was able to play this in this KC Cup, and do as well as I did. So that was really nice. Then the other deck I wanted to show you is my Fortune Lady deck that I did end up using as well. So let's hop on over into the 5Ds world. Ignore Crow. He is just the next character that I'm leveling up in 5Ds. So, but let's look at the Fortune Lady deck that I did end up using. I didn't use the variant that I posted on YouTube prior with the Dark Lord Fortune Lady variant, but I did end up using just pure Fortune Ladies, and this is what I went with. By the end of the tournament, this is what I came up with. I only have the 2 Fortune Lady callings, which makes me sad because Fortune Lady callings, you know, almost a must-have at 3. But I really like Fortune Ladies. They're probably my 3rd favorite archetype, and I really enjoyed playing something that had negation in its effect as well. So most of these cards with Parshath is just simply due to not having, like, I don't have 3 Divine Wraths, otherwise I would probably run triple Divine Wrath because it's a really good card in the meta right now, since everything is monster effects within the meta, right? You have Mole Hue to flip down, that's a monster effect. You have Invoker, which is a monster effect. You have Dark Lords, which are monster effects. All of the Black Wings are monster effects. So anything that really like counters monster effects is really good in the meta right now. So yeah, obviously running triple Parshath, but we only run 1 Parshath monster within our extra deck because the extra deck space is kind of tight. Normally, a lot of people would take out Black Rose for Red Dragon Archfiend. I don't have Red Dragon Archfiend, and Black Rose is still really good. I made a video on it prior, and you use Fortune Vision and Black Rose, wipe the field, and it's absolutely insane. So, yeah. And then we obviously run 1 Star Eater for reasons I don't know. I could probably take this out and add Red Dragon Archfiend. However, I don't have it, so I don't run it. But if I did, that's what you would take out. You could take out either one of these to add it. You could add another Avenging Knight Parshath, but you just use Parshath, negate their effects, and that's like your protection is all of these counter traps, and then you have, you know, your standard Fortune Lady combo, and then I ran a Sphere Karibo in case, just as like more protection, because I wanted to protect my monsters more so than necessarily like protecting from direct attacks. So that's why I didn't run Kiteroid, but I instead ran a Sphere Karibo. So I think I had a pretty good win rate with this as well. Obviously you can't really tell because it doesn't like split up between decks, but I think overall I probably had a little bit above 50% with this and a little bit above 50% with the Dark Lord deck. So overall, it was really fun. I thoroughly enjoyed the Casey Cup, and I kind of wish that regular ranked was a little bit more like the Casey Cup. And what do I mean by that? Well, seeing as how you get these dual points, right, and you have a global ranking, I really wish that that was just the case in the regular ranked system, right? And that when at least when you got to Legend, or when you got to King of Games, right? I talked about this in another video where I kind of ranted, but I have collected my thoughts, and basically what I want is them to implement a ranking within King of Games, either globally or regionally. Either way works. For me, I know a lot of people are specifically asking for a global ranking in King of Games, and I think that would be a great addition to King of Games to make it more competitive and more useful for people, so that you could try and get to King of Games as fast as possible, and then when you're in King of Games you can still climb and push for that #1 spot. And I want to show you real quick, there is a there was a and this one, there was a ranked notice, and I don't remember where it is. Ah, here we go. Advanced notice, new legend ranks added. So, in order to balance ranked duels, the following ranks have been added, starting from the next ranked duel season. I would imagine is what they're supposed to say. Legends rank 4 and 5. So they're adding these new legend ranks to make it so that there aren't so many people in King of Games. And, oh, I just took a screenshot. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. So they're adding these new ranks to the game to make it a little bit more competitive, I would hope, within the climb to King of Games. But overall, like, I'm okay with that, and I think that that's a good addition. But I would like to see more of, like, a dual point system where it talks, or where it's more about your overall gameplay rather than winning a couple in a row. Because I am a very inconsistent player, but I do tend to have a larger win percentage, right? I normally have, you know, a 70% win rate in Legends, and the fact that I just get very unlucky, and I normally go like 3 wins and then a loss, and then I go 2 more wins and then I get 2 losses, and then I go 3 wins and I get another 2 losses, or something like that, right? Where I'm very clearly winning most of my games, but I just can't quite seem to get to that rank up. It's a little annoying, and that's my biggest issue with it. But overall, it is still an okay addition, adding those extra ranks so that it's a little bit more difficult to make that climb. And last season, I kind of barely made it prior to the KC Cup because I wanted to film most of it. And so I didn't really play a lot of ranked last season, but I did play a lot of KC Cup. That being said, it was nice to finally get there, and I finally did get there. And I think this season, or this coming season, I should say, I'll be a lot more excited to actually just run into these games and just feel okay just playing and trying to get to King of Games on my own, whether I record it or not, because now the climb's longer, and that's more exciting. And I don't always have time to record things. So, anyway, I wanted to show you the last deck that I actually ran within the KC Cup that didn't end up really working a whole lot because there were so many invokers and stuff like that that just ended up destroying me when I played this deck. But I was playing Ancient Gears with Ancient Gear Reborn and double Kiteroid. Kiteroid's insane. It's too good. It's a hand trap, and if you know anything about the TCG, you know that hand traps are freaking everywhere. So the fact that we got a hand trap within Duel Links, and most likely there will be more hand traps to come, it just means that you are most likely going to be seeing more things like Kiteroid to activate from the hand to kind of prevent activation, right? I mean, we even have countering, or confronting sea? Confronting. There we go. That's not it. There we go. It's Retaliating Sea. This one can be activated from the hand. During either player's turn, when an opponent activates a spell card that includes an effect that special summons a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. If summoned this way, well, this card is face up on the field. Any card sent to the graveyard is banished instead. So this is really good against like invokers and Dark Lords and stuff like that, because you activate it when they activate a spell card like Invocation or Contact. Or Dark Lord Contact, and then instead of sending that to the grave for them to reuse, it sends it to the, or it banishes it, right? right? So with Invoker, that banishes Invocation, right? Or with Contact, it banishes Contact, right? And like if Dark Lord activates Ixchel or Nastin, those cards are then banished rather than sent to the grave. And it can be activated if you go second and you have it in your hand. You can activate it during your opponent's first turn, right? So, more cards like this. I saw this a couple of times in the KC Cup, not too often, but I did see it a couple of times, and just expect that to happen more often for us to get more cards like that. So, yeah, Retaliating Sea. But overall, I hope that you guys had a good KC Cup. This is coming out for all of the American fans that I have. This is coming out on Thanksgiving, so I hope that you guys did have a great Thanksgiving and do have a great Thanksgiving. And for everyone else, I hope that you guys did indeed enjoy and that your KC Cup experience was also enjoyable and that you pushed and got to however far into the game, however far into Stage 2 that you wanted to, and that you ended up having a good experience. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did indeed enjoy, a like is very much so appreciated. And if you want to see more content like this, just be sure to subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and remember to always stay frosty. Bye-bye.